We just got our Model Y and we're gonna take it on a road trip, more specifically from the Zurich area in Switzerland to the French Riviera, the Côte D'Azur in France. The purpose of this video is to show how it is to do a road trip with a family of 4 in the Model Y, with charging stops and everything else. We're ready to go, but before we take off, we'll just have a look how it is in terms of cargo space for a family in the Model Y. In the front trunk has lots of space for food and other gear. In the back, below the cover, it's perfect to store sporting goods and other stuff that you don't need that often. Filling the trunk with large bags, no problem. And adding luggage for the family of 4, including a cooling box, everything easily fits. We are on the go and we are already approaching our first supercharger, Melide, in the south of Switzerland, after crossing the Gotthard tunnel. Average consumption so far, 165 watt-hours per kilometer. And you can see that we actually used less energy than what Tesla estimated for this leg of the trip. Battery is preconditioning while we approach the supercharger, and let's check the status at the supercharger. We simply navigate to it on the map, tap on it to get the information, and we can see 4 of 10 stalls are still available, and we can charge with 125 kilowatt max. Charging. Yep. Let's see, only 25 minutes. Setting the charge limit up. 100 kilowatt. That's about it. But that should be fine. It's only 40 minutes. Probably our break will take longer than that anyway. So let's see. And yeah, no credit card, nothing. Just plug it in. Charge will go on to my Tesla account. All right. The Melide Supercharger. There is now also a Go Fast charging station. Besides Swiss miniature, there is a really large playground back here, which we noticed, which is great to go with the kids. And there's actually also a store here, so this is actually really a convenient supercharger. That's why we chose to stop here. We are now at the playground, and there is even a cafe and bathrooms also. Actually, you can also walk to the lake right in front there. Alright, we are at the Varraze Supercharger. We used approximate 128 watt-hours per kilometer. Plugging it in as usual. There we go. Okay, let's see. Getting 121. Right. Nice 120 kilowatt. Okay, let's see. Usage. And remaining driving time. Feels right. This is probably one of the nicest supercharger locations, right at the marina. So we are at our destination, and I already charged the car using this standard household plug. At the first night, you know, a couple of hours every now and then. We arrived with about 40%, and you know, with a couple of charging sessions, we're back at 80%. And now we don't use the car every day here on our vacation, but you know, sometimes every now and then we're doing a day trip, or we're going to the beach or something like that, and for that purpose it's usually pretty convenient to just use a household plug, even though it's like super slow. 3 kilowatt means per hour you get 3 kilowatt hours, so you know, to get 30 kilowatt hours it takes 10 hours, for instance. But yeah, plug it in, charging it up to something like 80% again, and we're good to go. It's really easy, much more convenient than going to the gas station. So you can see currently I'm at 73%, charging back to 80% will take about 2 hours. and we went to a winery, we went to the beach, so we went for quite a bit of driving during our day here. We ended up driving around 215 kilometers since the last charge, 34 kilowatt hours, which is barely 160 watt hours per kilometer, which is really impressive considering that we're also driving on the highway. So tonight I'm planning to charge back to about 80%, so you know, 30, that's the 34 kilowatt hours we spent today. So that's about 12 hours of charging with the 3 kilowatts, so no problem at all to charge for even long day trips, even with very slow standard plug at home during a vacation. Alright, we made it back home. Approximately 1,500 kilometers, as you noticed when watching the video. Charging, no problem. Actually, the brakes are super convenient with kids. Every 2 to 3 hours, a short stop is not too bad at all. So, what does our usage look like? 174 watt hours per kilometer. That's super efficient if you consider we crossed the Alps, and the Tesla Model Y is really not a small car, big family car. This is really amazing, and that's one of the areas where Tesla still is quite a bit ahead of the competition. Efficiency actually matters when, for instance, charging on a household plug as we did in France. Of course, you get many more kilometers per hour charged if you use less energy per kilometer. And of course, being more efficient is even more environmentally friendly. So if you would calculate the equivalent in liters of gasoline per 100 kilometers, that corresponds to this 174 watt hours per kilometer. That's about 1.8 liters per 100 kilometers based on the energy content of gasoline. So yeah, highly recommend the Model Y for longer road trips with the Tesla Superchargers, no problem. Really spacious car, super efficient, comfortable to drive.